Oh yes, your OBS is open. Hold up.
Okay.
Oh, my hair looks like shit. I wasn't prepared for this.
So this is the #1 streamer in the world right now.
Hey, stop.
No, it is. It is. He's modest. He's humble, but he is.
It feels weird to be #1, doesn't it?
Look at him. Aw.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't like rankings or whatever. I think it's kind of dumb.
He's #1.
Let's be honest with you. Rankings is everything, my man.
Yeah, in certain regards, right? In certain aspects, sometimes.
Like, if you were #1 and you lived in like Dubai, oh my god, oh my god, you know what #1 is in Dubai, bro?
No, is things different in Dubai?
I'm gonna take a piss. Give me a sec.
I never been, but I heard #1, you could do whatever you want.
Oh, I see what you mean. No, what I meant. Okay, let me ask you a question then. What happens when you let's say you as an artist, you make a couple good tracks like right now, right? And you're like #1 right now, like in this time. Well, #1. How do you feel?
Well, to be honest, I don't think I ever went #1.
Okay, but let me ask this though. What if you? I'm sure you probably peaked like really close to it, right? With like the Billboard and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? How do you think you would have felt if you hit #1 for even like a week or whatever, or in a moment where you actually were? What happens in your mind? Just walk me through it.
Well, I have definitely peaked at like high numbers, like I guess with like EXO Tour Life and stuff. I don't want to sound weird, but I feel the same. I actually feel more like powerful and stuff when I'm not #1. Like when I'm like striding for that greatness and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be the one. This is gonna be the one.
Yeah.
But when I'm actually #1, it's usually out of surprise because it's never the one that I think that's #1 going to be #1 ever.
Good. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Okay. Then we're kind of having the same sort of answer here then. So, whatever mentality you have to get there, it doesn't stop when you do get there, right?
Yeah.
So whatever made you go there, whenever you get there, it's not like it disappears, like that mindset like disappears. So that's kind of how I feel. That's why I don't like ratings. They feel like they clutter your mind with like so many things.
Yeah, like before you even get to like quote unquote #1. I even hate. I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate many things, but I'm starting to hate like the word #1 because I get what you're saying. Like I get why you don't really like fuck with that, but you still strive to be the best that you can be. Like I get exactly what you're saying, but it's like you have this whole different picture of #1 before you get close or get there. And then when you get there, it's like, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like, oh, it sucks and I hate it. Because if you hate it, you wouldn't continue to do it.
No, for sure.
But it's almost to a point of like, okay, what is this? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. So you try to make a product that you're proud of, you're passionate about, and you want to make that the best. And if that ends up being #1, you're happy that it is because that's what you strive. You strive. That's what you wanted it to be, right? But the main objective isn't to be the #1. It's like the best product, whatever that gets you. Does that how you feel when you do stuff?
Correct.
You want to make the best thing that you can make.
It's so. I'm not gonna say that. It's just so mind-boggling to me. Like, I'll sit there and I'll swear I'll put it on my life. Like like if I put my music on my life a million times, I'll be dead. And the reason I say that because every song that I always think that is like the one is usually like the 3, 4, or the 5. And it's always the one that I'm like, this one?
Yeah.
And
For
it's
sure.
like,
No, yes, agreed.
of course that one. Are you crazy? And I'm like, well, yeah, I am a little bit like off, but I'm usually on point with this stuff. And it's like, then I'm like, wow. Then it's like I start getting it. Then I'm like, oh.
From hindsight, right? After the fact.
Yeah.
before it's like impossible. Like you always get it wrong pretty much, right? When you
Bro,
yeah, every
bro,
time.
I don't care how advanced I get in music, I'm always wrong. Bro, it's like it's almost a compliment to myself. It's almost like maybe you know what it is? Maybe I I don't give myself enough credit when I'm alone. Cause I give myself all the credit in the world because all I got is me. So it's like, well, I got my girlfriend, but all I got is me when it comes to like my thoughts. So I'm just on some shit like,
Yeah, exactly.
yes, I'm on some shit like I know this is it. But then when it gets to that point where it's like, no, that one's it, I'm like, it fucks with me. Like not in a bad way. It fucks with me like it's almost amazing to me, low key. Like it's
Yeah.
like, wow. I'm like so I went so like I think you know what it is? I'm
Yep.
putting my finger on it. It's
Oh,
almost to the point where it's when I try to go quote unquote traditional, you know what I mean?
yes.
When I
Yep.
when I
Yep.
try when I play it safe, and then when I just go when it's something that I just go left on, everybody's like, stop playing Uzi. This is what it is. Stop playing games. You know you still can do that. And I'm just like, but I just want the best for me. And I'm like, wait, so me just doing whatever I want is the best for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I connect with that a lot. And do you feel like sometimes the times that you do go traditional or do like are the things that are kind of like hitting all the boxes kind of help you create a cushion of confidence of you being like, okay, now I can do some of my stuff now. Now I
yes.
did that. Now I can do my shit. That's whatever.
That's true, but my music is like my children. So usually when I'm doing the learning process of something, when I'm trying something new, I'll try it just like how you said. I'll do it the traditional way, then pick from it, and then make like my experimental outer space type sound. But sometimes I'll go that traditional way because it just sounds so darn good to me because it's like my kid. But the whole time, I got a better child over here in the cut. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I connect with
I'm
that a
o-
lot.
yeah, I'm over here trying to like praise the kid that's like scholar, straight A's, and whole time my kid that just got out of jail is like the one. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And I just feel like sometimes I get kind of scared that I kind of lose that essence of doing like whatever I want. That end up surprising me. Oh, that did well, right? And it was that whatever. And the times that I did focus and try hard to appeal to something, failed or whatever. Like I'm scared of losing the initial thought that made me do that one thing that was kind of whatever that did so well, right? And
Sto-
I gotta protect that.
Story of my life. And also another way I think too is like it's more mental than anything. Like let's just say you like do something a certain way and people not used to it. I think that like as especially as a man, especially as the man, because in your world you're the man just like me. And it's like I think you should like even if they don't really respond to it, if you stick to it long enough, they love you. Like I realized that like people love us. They whoever love us, whoever hate us. It don't matter if you do the if it don't matter, you could do the best thing in the world. I can like give away every dollar in my bank account. That doesn't make a person not hate me. It just knows that okay, I guess he's kind of a good person, but I still don't like what he stands for. I still don't like
Yep,
his music.
that's facts.
So it's almost to the point that people that are riding with you and sticking with you, they're gonna do they I could walk around with swimming trunks on in the wintertime and the people that love me is gonna do it. And the reason they're gonna do it because they want to get to understand me to the point of like that they're connected. And people that don't want to be connected just don't want to be connected. So it's like it's all a mental game. It's like a mental game. It's almost like those people that's like quote unquote the haters is like the agents off the matrix. Like they're not even real people.
Yeah. Yeah, because you do things that matter to you. You do things that you want to do inherently, and people care about what means a lot to you, right? And if you continue doing things that mean a lot to you, then people will care about that. But if you do too many things that people care about, that changes, then you fall behind and you get lost. But I think,
Exa-
yeah,
Exactly. No, I'm listening. Keep going. You're talking
no,
some
no.
real shit.
Yeah, so I think it's sometimes very, very important to even though people don't like it or it doesn't appeal to everybody, do something that matters to me, do something that I want to do. It makes me passionate, and that will stay forever because I'll always have things that I'm passionate about, right? I will never run out, right? But if
Never.
I chase what other people want, I'll always run out, you know? And
You'll
Yep.
always you'll always be a step or two behind. Because if you do what people want, they're already off that wave. By the time they typed or wrote something, they want you to do this, want you to do that. You're giving them satisfaction. Satisfaction is not for them. It's not like that. The satisfaction that they need is the experimental, the being open to something that they never been open to. Like okay, this is fire. Like you actually colliding worlds together instead of just being just straight. Here you go. This is what you want. Like it's always supposed to be. I mean, you could do it that way. Let me tell you something. It's a win in everything.
Yeah.
It's a win in being lame. It's a win in being cool. It's a win in being a nerd, and it's a win in being a geek. The way you look at life,
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
doesn't. It's always a win. If you have nothing going on, and you're on here every day just to be a fucking geek, that's your life, and you can get really good at it, and you could be the top geek. You could. Like it's people out here that's like that. Like
Yep.
a lot of blog sites that are very famous are the top geeks in the world. They're like the greatest. Like it's people that look up to them, that intern for them, that hope to be just like them. Like it's everything is like the same in the world. Like it's nothing that's not different. Like everything is the same. It's just different, scenarios and concepts and shit. But
Yeah. I mean, you had a lot of really good points here.
yeah,
Yeah, I just feel like eh, just tell me if I'm wrong. I don't mind. I just feel for what you do, it seems like there isn't really a formula. Yeah, there is for people that are in your industry to follow a formula, whatever. But I feel like for you, yeah, you have to put a lot of like what's you, and that's what people really like and really appreciate about you. I think is just getting stuff that is you, and nobody else can do it. Nobody else can do that. Only you can do that.
thank you. I really appreciate that. It's like, but it's almost a gift and a curse because
Yeah.
it could be like jackpot. Like it could be like the oh my god, it could be the most refreshing thing in the world. And then sometimes I could be so early with something that I do that the whole world won't get it. And they'll get it in 2 years and
Yep.
not in that moment. And by the time that 2 years come around, it's somebody that got it, that quote unquote to the world in their eyes perfected it, and then they accept it. It happens all the time.
It's very often. I agree.
Yeah. So it's just like you're either too early when you're an innovator or it's refreshing. Like it's never spot on. Like that's why when it's people that have the formula, they're usually spot on because it's almost like a learning process almost to like me. Like bro, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know half of the shit that people know. Like I'm just going off just every day. Like I'm just winging this shit, bro. Like I've been winging
Yep.
this shit for so long, bro. Like I've been winging it like for so long, and it just feels better it feels better that way because like with the formula, of course you're going to get rewarded in a timely frame, but when you're just winging it and you get rewarded, you feel like I conquered this shit. Like
For
what?
sure. Yeah, the why. Simplify this sort of concept. I was thinking about it's kind of a weird way to think about it. So it was like the golden goose and the golden egg, right?
Hmm.
Um, it doesn't matter if you're somebody who just sits back and analyzes what other people do, they're successful, and you just copy it. You'll always be a golden egg, right? What we should strive to be is be the golden goose. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna hatch something that isn't that great, right? But you just keep hatching the golden eggs, and whoever copies your egg will be late because whenever you make something new and that's an innovation, you're always gonna be ahead of the curve. You never want to
But
be a golden egg.
but the scary thing is that sometimes the golden eggs outshine the goose because the goose are usually like the creator of the situation. And when
Yeah.
you're the creator, a lot of stuff that got looked over was getting looked at by the golden eggs, and the golden eggs
Yep.
take that and they simplify it because maybe sometimes it's like too in a raw form and too crazy for people to understand. And those eggs, they're really good at taking it and simplifying it and making the world be able to understand it.
Yep, and sometimes you can't even afford to continue pushing that egg that you hatched that people don't like because they don't understand it yet, right? And other people can because they have more resources or whatever, and they'll keep doing it until it's successful. And they basically kind of they didn't really steal your thing, but they kind of did. I think this happens a lot in streaming, where in our world, where some people that's a very small streamer that doesn't have any pull, right? Whenever they do stuff that would go big, they don't, right? And it'll do it once, and some people will notice of that, and they'll just copy it, and they'll just keep doing it. And because they have the pull and the fucking, all the whatever, then it becomes successful. and they get all the credit. Oh man, this guy's an innovator. No, he's not. That's a golden egg, bro. I don't like that.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that either.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I'm
Happens a
not
lot.
gonna lie, bro. I'm kind of glad that I talked to you. Like, I ain't
Me
gonna
too, man.
lie. I ain't gonna lie. T, you got some cool friends.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, he's cool. He's really this guy. I can
Yeah, I
tell.
like X.
I can
That's why I
I
call
can
him
tell-
X.
I can tell that he's number one in what he does.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, it's just something that, and I know some people, right? I love people who just do stuff that means a lot to them, and they just do themselves. And when I see that, when I see you do stuff like that, it inspires me to be the same. I feel more like free to be like, hey, man, you know, it'll work out. Just do your thing. And I think there's not a lot of people that have that. And whenever I see it, it's really inspiring, you know?
It's I'm not gonna lie, and another thing, I don't like really like all the, and when you're the eggs, you know you're the eggs, and it's like no disrespect to the golden eggs out there, but because you play a part in this shit where
Yep.
you literally like help us really realize we're the goose. Like you really like you copy off us and do all what we do, and it's like, okay, you force us to strive to do something even more crazier than we did before, even more better. So like you need the golden egg sometimes to be the goose. Because imagine if it was imagine if it was all goose running around.
Yep. Yeah, it would make no sense. And a lot of times you would actually lose on stuff if you innovate something that didn't do well, right? And nobody picked it up and continued doing it until it went well. Maybe you would have lost something entirely, and you can't really blame them. Some people, dude, like I understand. People will need to survive. People are part of this game, and sometimes they do whatever they need to do to survive, and I understand that. And they're still a player of the game. They're not like invalidated by it. I just mean that I don't really relate to doing that, and that's just what I am. But I understand where it come from, and I'm not going to hate on it too much, you know.
Get the goose.
I got a goose down there, bro. Crazy.
I know, bro. I see it.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
yeah, Sally the goose.
Well, I'm glad to talk to you guys, man. It's kind of late here. I'm gonna get some water and get started. But yo, nice meeting you, Uzi and
Nice
Good meeting you too, bro. Good meeting you, man.
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully see you
alright.
soon.
Damn right, man. All right, see you later, bro.
All right,
See you.
bro.
Later, man.
Bye.
All right, Uzi, listen.